All right, let's dive into the powerful and, yeah, often controversial money lessons from Robert Kiyosaki's mega bestseller, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We're about to take a hard look at the financial advice you've probably heard your whole life and, well, maybe flip it on its head.
So let me ask you something right off the bat. Just think about your own financial habits for a second. Are they actually building wealth for you? Or are they maybe just keeping you stuck on a treadmill? Kiyosaki's whole point is that the conventional path might not be the path to real freedom at all.
Okay, first up, let's bust a myth we're all told from the time we're kids. Get good grades, land a good job, and you'll be set for life. Simple, right? But is your school report card the one that really, truly matters in the real world? Think about it. When you go to apply for a loan, for a house, for a business, the bank doesn't ask to see your GPA. No way. They want to see your financial statement. That right there, that's your real-world report card. So what's actually on this report card? It's these three key parts: your income statement, your balance sheet, and the statement of cash flow. And here's the shocker from Kiyosaki. He claims that 99% of new graduates have no idea how to read these things. It's the fundamental language of money, and it's not being taught.
All right, let's move on to this second big myth, the idea that a high-paying job is the ultimate goal, the peak of financial security. Kiyosaki says, hold on, there are different ways to earn income, and where you earn it from matters a whole lot more than just how much you earn.
And this is his famous cash flow quadrant. It's super simple. On the left side, you've got E for employee. You have a job. And S for self-employed, or a small business owner. You basically own your job. Now on the right side, you've got B for a big business owner. You own a system that works for you. And I for investor, your money works for you. Now what's really fascinating here is the total mindset shift. The left side, where his poor dad lived, is all about job security and a high salary. But the right side, the rich dad side, is focused on financial freedom and building assets. And here's the kicker. Moving from the left side to the right requires a completely different set of skills, a different way of thinking, a whole new playbook.
This brings us to a huge trap that so many people fall into. The idea that if you just earn more money, you can finally buy that bigger house or that nicer car. But this cycle, it's a hamster wheel. It almost never leads to actual wealth.
So what's the secret? Well, according to Rich Dad, it all comes down to this incredibly simple definition. An asset is not just something you own. It's something that actively works to put money into your pocket day in and day out. And you guessed it, on the flip side, you have a liability. That's anything that consistently takes money out of your pocket. The lesson isn't just about knowing these definitions, it's about dedicating your entire financial life to one mission: acquire assets and avoid liabilities. So the cash flow pattern of the rich is just fundamentally different. They earn an income, sure, but instead of just spending it on liabilities, they use it to buy assets. And guess what? Those assets then generate even more income, creating this powerful, self-sustaining, wealth-building engine. And this is the real goal. See, financial freedom isn't about having $1 billion in the bank. It's actually a math problem. It's the moment your monthly income from your assets is greater than your monthly expenses. If you need $30,000 to live, and your assets are kicking off $30,001, you're technically free. Okay, get ready, because this is probably the most provocative idea of them all. We are all told from day one to save, save, save our money. But Kiyosaki argues that in today's world, just saving your money might be the riskiest thing you can possibly do with it.
Yeah, he does not mince words. He calls savers losers. Why? Because he doesn't trust what he calls fiat money, the paper currency printed by governments. As soon as he gets his hands on it, he's looking for a way to convert it into a real, tangible asset.
Here's a perfect example from his own life. He bought silver when it was just $1.40 an ounce. Later, when the price shot up to $16, the physical silver itself hadn't changed, but its value in dollars had multiplied by 11 times. He didn't just save his money, he grew its actual purchasing power. Let's make this even more real. The source material gives us a great example from Thailand. Back in our parents' generation, gold was about 4,000 baht, and you could get a bowl of noodles for less than 10. Today, that same amount of gold is over 20,000 baht, and 10 baht might not even buy you half a bowl. Your money just buys less and less over time.
So here's the bottom line. Governments can print an unlimited amount of paper money, which slowly chips away at its value. But they can't just print more gold or more silver or more Bitcoin. That scarcity, that finiteness, is what gives real assets their lasting value.
So after busting all these common myths, what's the one big lesson that ties everything together? It's pretty simple, really. It's about taking control and starting to write your own financial rulebook.
And here's the hard truth that underpins this entire philosophy. The formal school system is designed to teach you how to be a good employee, not a smart business owner or a savvy investor. That means this critical knowledge, well, it's on you. You have to actively go out and learn it for yourself.
And that really brings us to our final thought. Since traditional education isn't going to prepare you for this, your real financial education has to start now, today. So the only question left to ask is, what's your first lesson going to be?